Hey, what's up guys? Ace Gundam Boy here, and today is the final installment of my iOS 6 wishlist for 2012. Now keep in mind, if you missed part 4, I'll leave a link down below, or you can check on the side for the rest of the videos. But other than that, slides not in any particular order, just how I wrote them out before iOS 5. Now just sit back, relax, and enjoy the last slides. Now, for Wish 41, instead of seeing some Twitter integration, let's see some Facebook Love integration as well, Apple, right? Would seem obvious. With more than 500 million users and counting up to this date, and over millions of views each day on their website, it would seem obvious to integrate the world's most popular social networking next to Twitter and what used to be MySpace into your OS as well, right? Personally, I think Facebook is more of a socialization network than Twitter, but if you can add it, that'd be great. Now, for number 42. This is probably a wish a lot of iOS users want to see, but don't really realize that they want it. For Wish 42, I would love to see the ability to hide, quote-unquote hide, pre-installed applications on iOS. For example, stocks. Who really uses stocks, right? I mean, it's a business phone, I understand, but most of the majority of your smartphone users do not use stocks. Game Center. I hardly even use Game Center. It's pretty much annoying with us pop-ups and telling you to sign in. So if there was a way you can hide these applications, but without deleting them from the complete OS, that'd be one nice thing. Now, for Wish 43, this is going to be a wish that's going to apply to everybody, developers and end users. For Wish 43, I would love to see trials in applications. One, this would be good for developers, so they don't have to spend their time making a light version of their game. They can just make one complete game and have it like they do in Xbox. You download the full game, right? You have it on your phone. And you can only do like levels 1 through 10, or chapter 1 only. And you would have iAds support throughout the whole game. And in order to remove the ads or advance in the game, like I'm going to say Angry Birds, for example, you could do like the first 15 levels, and then it would stop you there and tell you, oh, you can buy the rest of the game and play and find out what else happens, and have iAd support the whole thing. I mean, then the developer doesn't have to make a light version of the game. And you would just download one instead of deleting the light and then re-downloading the full version of the game. And it would just be good overall. So less light versions of games, full games would be there, and you would just pay the in-app purchase and have the game right then and there, so you don't have to download it again. Now, for number 44, this one's kind of like my own personal wish for iOS 6, but I'm just going to tell you guys anyway. For number 44, I would like to see some more energy-saving modes. Like, for example, auto turn off Bluetooth within 5 minutes of inactivity. Or let's say your phone's in your pocket in sleep mode for like 10-20 minutes. It would automatically change from 3G radios to Edge radios, saving you a lot of, the hassle, and it would save you energy without you even knowing. Or my favorite, auto Wi-Fi. Let's say you sign into a new Wi-Fi hotspot like McDonald's or Panera or your own house, for example. It would take your GPS location and mark it down with that Wi-Fi hotspot. So every time you left, it would automatically turn off Wi-Fi and put you on 3G. And whenever you reached your destination and you go to McDonald's, it would automatically turn off 3G and put you on Wi-Fi. It automatically does it in the background. And it would do that every time you left or entered your Wi-Fi hotspot. So you don't have to manually turn it on and off. But then that's where the slide down notification center Wi-Fi toggle would come in too. So it's something to keep in mind. Now, for number 45, I would love to see themes on iOS. Probably by far one of the most recommended things on iOS to ever hit jailbreaking. I mean, that's probably the only reason people would still jailbreak, is just so they can get those cool, slick-looking themes. Now, from a business standpoint, this would be great for Apple. I mean, you can have a whole division in the App Store on iTunes just for themes. You could charge $1, $2, maybe $3 for a theme, and you would make profits off of this. Obviously, people want their phones to look like them, so themes would be a great profit standpoint, and it would be great for the consumer because they don't have to jailbreak for the main reason of getting themes. But I think Apple's they're too much in love with their iOS style, operating system. So probably it's never ever going to happen, but we can always hope, right? This is what the iOS's wish list is for. Now, for number 46, this one might be treading on a little Android territory here, but for number 46, I would love to see Apple's version of Places. If there's one thing I love doing that's not vlogging 24/7 or playing Xbox all the time, it's traveling around town. I want to know what's the newest club to go to, or what's the coolest bar you can go to nowadays, or a hotel that's just been built, or attractions, gas stations, ATM, restaurants, coffee bars, etc. What Places does, it takes all the results on the net, filters it down, and puts it all in a slick looking UI. I mean, it looks completely great. No junk, no clutter, no advertising, no nothing. It looks completely great. And Android does a great job with that. Now, I would love to see that on iOS. And if Apple, for some odd reason, if you can't design your own Places, at least, again, pay Google to bring theirs over. I think it would just be a nice addition to iOS in general. Now, for Wish 47, this one was a wish everybody thought was going to happen when iCloud was announced, but apparently it wasn't included. But for Wish 47, I would love to see streaming via iCloud. This would make so much use of those 5 gigabytes they give you for free, and it would make more sense for Apple to actually sell more gigabytes, in the cloud storage for people to buy. So if they have the option, they can upload all their music and have it backed up in the cloud, and you can stream it to any device you want. For example, I have 2 iPhones, so when one of my iPhones dies, I pop in the SIM card. But what's the problem? Let's say I'm working out and my other phone dies. I don't have enough space to put in all my music, my videos, my podcasts, everything, because it's only an 8 gigabyte iPhone. I wish there was a way I can just upload all my music, videos, and podcasts to the cloud and stream it whenever I want. And if I need more room, I just buy 10 or 20 or 50 gigabytes that they sell. It would just make more sense for the use of iCloud and selling more memory to people, right? Now, for Wish 48, this one's more for teachers, hospitals, schools, etc. For Wish 48, iUser for iPad. Lately I convinced my teacher to buy an iPad. I told him a million reasons why it's such a great learning tool. And he was kind of skeptical about it, but he ended up buying it. And he loves it. But only problem is he uses it for his personal life and his teaching life as well. So there should be a way where you have one user account for teaching and one user account for personal, have separate apps on separate accounts. So it would make buying an iPad much more usable. Well, not usable, well, I guess you could say usable, but yeah, more usable, right? So you can set one account for just learning or just for school use and one account for your personal life, right? And you can share this iPad throughout, classes and throughout, students. So they're not messing around with all those other applications. That's right. It would just make a little more sense. Plus, it would probably be the only, tablet that does this, right? I don't even think Android does that. Now, for Wish 49, this one's going to be a big one for those big text advocates who love texting 24/7. For number 49, I would love to see an improved messaging app. For example, number 1, quick reply a text message. This is a feature I really was, waiting for in iOS 5, but unfortunately we didn't get. What it should be is, let's say you're using your phone, you're playing a game, and you get a text message. It would still, it would be the slide down thing, and you either have the option to view, reply, or close. You hit reply, and it brings up the transparent black keyboard that you use to type your password in before you buy anything on iTunes. And you would type your message, with the smiley faces and stuff, and you would hit send. And it would not, you wouldn't have to open the messaging app just to send the text. You would still be in whatever you were doing or on the lock screen, and you would still be able to reply to the text. Another one, confirm an SMS before you send it. I don't even want to tell you how many times I've sent the wrong text message to the wrong people, right? And then big arguments here and there. There should be at least something in settings that you can set for yourself, like in the picture, send the SMS. Are you sure you want to send it? And then you would, second chance yourself before you send that SMS to the wrong person. And for wish number 3 of this wish, at least have a way to hide the keyboard. I just find it really annoying that you only have about less than an inch of worth of space to read the conversation over a keyboard. So there should be a way, like for example, let's say you tap one of the messages, one of the message bubbles. It should bring down the keyboard, allowing you to clearly read the conversation you have with the person, and so you can fluently read it. And I don't like going back into messages and then going back into the conversation. Just by tapping a bubble, you should automatically bring down the keyboard. Now, along with all the other features I said in the first video, like on slide 4, 5, or 6, something like that, and you would have a killer message app on iOS. Now, we finally hit the big number 50. For wish 50, I would love to see app data syncing across multiple iOS devices using iCloud. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not like it doesn't already do this already. It does iTunes, photos, documents, applications, books. It backs up your iDevice, contacts, calendar, mail, and all for free. Now, you can't really beat that, right? Free is always good. But what it doesn't do is games. If you took a little bit of your portion of 5 gigs and you can at least back up at least where you are in any game using at least Game Center at least, that'd be great. So for example, I'm playing Angry Birds on my iPad and I'm stuck on this one particular level and then I have to go. I should be able to technically pick up my iPhone and resume where I was on my iPad. That way, it would all just sync up into the cloud and it would, be one with the cloud. So at least have something like that, Apple. It'd be great. Now, I set myself a limit to stop at 50 because I thought if I kept going and going and going, I probably would never stop and never shut up. So I pretty much took all the little wishes that were left over and I decided to add them all into this one particular slide just so you could read it out and, you can leave a comment down below if you think I missed one. But in my opinion, I think I got them all, and if you really do think I missed something, leave a comment down below. For example, I'm going to just read them all off to you right now. Custom EQ settings. MPEG format for video support. Improve folders, like have a folder within a folder, unlimited folder space. Change the carrier name. I know I would do that. Automatic app updates in the background, so you don't have to constantly sign in. Inter-device communication. So what that pretty much is have like what the HP touchpad and the Palm Pre 3 did. Tap 2 devices together, they transfer information. iPhone, iPad, duh, Apple do that. See popularity of songs down below, in iTunes. So there's always sometimes multiple versions of a song, and you don't really know which song is the one you want to get. So you can always tell by the popularity which one's the real one, which isn't the real one. Adobe Flash plugin. Now I know you guys hate Adobe, but at least have the user have the ability to install Adobe. Then they're aware of their own, wares. Proper Gmail support. Real Wi-Fi printing, not just those 3 crappy HP printers. Real Wi-Fi printing. HDMI out on iPhone, iPod. Set other apps as default, so I don't like the Safari browser for some reason. Open it in Opera. Change the font on iOS. Animated battery while charging. More multi-touch gestures for iPad, iPhone. Just more multitasking gestures. FaceTime over 3G is a big one. One I forgot to add while making the original slides, but I decided to add it in here anyway. A better way to refund apps. I can't tell you how many times I forgot to sign out of my iTunes account and my brothers download stupid apps behind my back. Just a better way to refund them would be great. Swipe. It's fun and easy to use on Android. Apple, have some sort of swipe yourself. Find My Friends, a feature we were going to get but never came to iOS. See WishList and iStores, understandable. And Scrollable Dock, and a couple of other ones I forgot. Alright guys, it's been a long and vigorous path, but we finally hit the end of my iOS 6 wishlist for 2012. Now please, if you really do think I left something out, especially with that big ass list I left in the last slide, please leave a comment down below. It really does help a lot. And if I get enough, I'll make another video. But other than that, thank you so much for watching all 5 videos. Please like the video, and it'll help boost my day. Other than that, thank you so much for sticking through, and have a great day, guys. Peace.